About time for another Coach Life. Yesterday was profound. Yesterday was a profound day. Actually, that's going to be the title of this Coach Life. Profound. Long story short, I was going over my novel again with the new edit commentary, and just reliving the story of, what was I, 29, 28. That's when the narrative takes place, New York City. So 10, 11, 12, 11 years ago. Seeing myself with that level of clarity, even though it's fiction, you know what it is. Yesterday, I realized, I am a psycho, or I was a psycho. I don't know how much of me from then is still me now. I'm not sure. But I do know seeing that work, it's like watching a nervous breakdown where the person who's having the breakdown is completely, maybe not oblivious, but refuses to let it happen. So it's just constant. I mean, man, Wings of Red is a force. June is not a hero, I'll say that much. But I was just realizing so much about myself. And I had these realizations in bits and pieces, but to have it all with such clarity, like yesterday, it was profound. You might have an experience like that in life where you put your life force towards something for such a long time, for such an extended amount of time, that is undeniably you. And then when you have some time and space to look back at it and see what you were with clarity, it is profound. I mean, wow. I was building with Rose about it, and I was like, I was an absolute psycho. And she said, yeah, I tried to tell you. A lot of people tried to tell me. I tried to tell myself, right? But to see it, to feel it, is another thing. Another funny point that Rose made is, she said, it's not your fault. You went to boarding school. So it made me reflect on the chaplain when Ma was transitioning out at Mount Sinai Hospital. She came in, I'll never forget, she had that long blue dress and she was so nice. And when boarding school came up, when she found out I went to Avon Old Farms, she lit up. Oh, my son went there, or a grandson or something. She was like, yeah, he only went for 2 weeks though. We had to get him up out of there. That was super toxic. You should have seen the look on Grandpa's face. What? This is in front of the whole family. And she went in about how toxic it is to have essentially raging young men, just turning them into machines for whatever, sports, academia, the army, you name it. And my grandfather was shocked, and then he said, well, was that similar to your experience, James? I thought you had and to be honest, I think boarding school saved my life. But to be all the way honest as well, she was right. There's so much toxic. I mean, it made me a machine, right? So I just converted. The idea is you just work super hard, no question. That's like the baseline. And then you get a little lucky, and that network that you have is supposed to make you a superhuman, and you're supposed to save the world and all this stuff. And it's so hard not to see when it actually happens to you. You know, so and I'd already had a pretty high work rate. It's just I was more playful, so I loved myself. I had a better understanding of who I was when I was younger. I could love myself. I could say, yo, like, you're the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, have fun. Like, you know what I mean? It just wasn't like, cracking jokes and life. It was fun. And then the boarding school experience turned me into a worker, like a worker. But for me, of course, being a creative, I converted that into literature, painting, and also entrepreneurial efforts. So I got my hand in a million things, and I don't stop. I just keep going. And so Wings is clearly a universal call for June to stop, and June does not stop the whole way. So it's almost like Moby Dick, monomaniacal, very similar actually. Whew, just thinking about it, that book is gonna do work. But yeah, so yesterday was super profound. I'm gonna try my best today to be patient. Granted, there's a million things on the plate today. It's almost like yesterday was a profound realization of who I become. Today is almost like a reckoning. I have to deal with a lot of it. So, but my practice for today is going to have a profound patience with myself, and to be okay asking other people to be patient with me. Because I can remember now. I have perspective. So that's the profound coach life for me. Now, as I was coming to school today, I stopped. I had a bill with sis. And as soon as I walked in, she was playing TLC. What about your friends? Are they gonna stand their ground? And she had the dances and everything. Oh, what about your friends? Feel down. But anyways, we was building. It was great. She was like, "Yo, I remember this era so well." I was like, "Me too." My mom's put me on to everything. My mom told me when she was young. She was like, "Where?" I said, "Yes." I told her my Wu Tang. So this the Wu Tang, profound Wu Tang story, right? So my mom's had me when she was 15, 16. So as she was getting stuff, as she was becoming cool, I was becoming cool. Like, that's not a lot of years difference, right? So one day she was knocking this music. I was in her car. I was like, "Yo, that's fire. What is that?" She was like, she showed me the cassette, and it was Wu Tang Enter the 36 Chambers. And I was like, "Yo, these dudes is nice. Damn, this is crazy." So I was putting my friends on afterwards. I was like, "Yo, these dudes, they rapping, they nice." It's like, "Yo, but they Chinese. It's crazy." It was like, "Word?" I was like, "Yeah, they call Wu-Tang Clan." You can't see their faces on the cover, but clearly they Chinese. You know what I mean? Because if you remember the 36 Chambers, it was blurred out. You couldn't see their faces, and it was yellow. It looked, So I'm sitting here running around telling people Wu-Tang Clan is Chinese. But she hit me to a lot of stuff well before my time, you know what I'm saying? So that was fun. But then I was also reflecting with the novel. I was like, damn, so how long have I been a maniac, How long have I been psycho-focused on just one thing? Which is essentially, not to make this too long, but my focus, if you really think about it, why did I have the drive to be successful? Why did I turn into a machine? Why did I allow it to happen? Well, it was the opinion of others. I mean, my deep down goal was to buy my house, buy Nana a house. My Nana no longer here. My goal, which kind of permeated my situation and hijacked my life force, was everybody else's opinion. I wanted to be a super wealthy, super successful. I wanted to hop out the limo and I wanted people to see me and be like, yo, that dude's a genius or whatever. But I didn't want to be famous, so it was weird. And that whole thing has hijacked my life force for quite some time. Let's say up until now, who knows? It's probably still here. Something I'm dealing with. So to have a profound revelation about oneself, that's a good day. That's a good way to enter another day. I notice a lot of people like to criticize. So that's like over there, these people, that's everything but me, right? So I'm just being critical of me right now, understanding who I am in my lane. So this coach life is more personal. I want to make sure that I documented the moment so that I can remember the realization, the profound realizations that I'm lucky enough to experience. We woke up today, we clicking, super grateful. But man, I was definitely nuts. Coach life.